Hey,
Hey, you. How are you?
good boy. I'm awake. I'm up.
Hey, man, you out there from my old stomping grounds, man, Cali. So I know it's early out there.
Yeah, San Diego, but we see you out there in Nashville making us proud. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good, doing good. Just going over my notes. I'm about to take over the Dave Ramsey show this afternoon. So
I'm
just
so
sitting in the office and getting ready.
I'm gonna so tune into that. Hopefully, everybody that's on this live is also going to tune into that. So, folks who are tuning in who may not know you, but a lot of people do know you because you're amazing. This is Anthony O'Neill. He's a national best-selling author and speaker. He's got a couple of books, but some ones you want to know about to know. Destroy Your Student Loan Debt. Oh, hold up. That's what I need in my life right now. Okay? And that
Yeah,
national best-selling debt-free degree. Come on. Who doesn't
yeah,
want debt-free? Okay?
yeah.
Anthony focuses on topics around money, millennials, minorities, great topics all together. Anything around getting out of debt, paying off those student loans, building savings and wealth. Anthony, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Enjoying this. Other people are not enjoying it as much, but I'm actually learning to enjoy this season that we're in.
Wow.
We're in this quarantine season, and in the beginning, I was like, dang, this sucks. But then I had to change my mindset and be like, all right, it sucks, but how can we actually make it profitable? How can we make it beneficial and go from there? So I've been enjoying this time, doing a lot of writing, a lot of reading, a lot of processing, a lot of digging in deep, finding some things I do not like about myself and trying to fix them. So it's been a good season.
Man, I think we can all agree when we say this has really shined a spotlight on a lot of things that internally maybe we were kind of bypassing, but now we have a lot of time to work on it. And it might be ugly, it
Yeah.
might be as glamorous as it appears on the gram, but we're going to do the work. So you mentioned we're going to start there. You talked about it. How do you make this a time where you're not looking at it as a downturn and everything? How are you making the most out of this time?
I believe during this time, we're going to see a lot of entrepreneurs born during this season, a lot of creative ideas born during this season, a lot of millionaires going to be born from this season. But then check this out. We're going to see a lot of people come out of this season broke, come out of this season hurting because of the poor decisions that they made. One of my good friends said that to get in this season, you got to have a disciplined mindset. And it was like discipline is the bridge between who you are today and where you want to go tomorrow. And so I think the number one thing that you got to have right now is just discipline. What are you doing? What are you reading? What are you binging? Are you binging Netflix, or are you binging, something that's going to help you grow your mind? You're in the news world. I'm pretty sure you're always learning something. How can you perfect your skills and your passions? I'm in the speaker and money world and helping people out. I'm learning every single day about money, what's working, what's not working, because that stuff changes all the time. So instead of for binging Netflix, I'm spending my time and I'm being disciplined, because when I get out of this season, I'm going to go back into the office with new ideas, creative ideas that's going to help spread my message to help more people get out of debt, build wealth, have an emergency fund, because I believe we're going to see this again. I hope it's not a sickness or a disease, but we're going to see something like this hit America again. And I want to help a lot of people be able to have some money and they ain't tripping. They're like, okay, cool. I get to spend some time at home with the wife, with the kids, and chill on out. So that's how we take advantage of this season. Just sit down, build your mind, which is your number one asset. Mind your own business, which is your mind, and don't worry about nobody else.
Man, Anthony, that's so powerful. And like a lot of people that are already doing, yes, ask those questions. We have always Shane asking Anthony, tell us what's working right now. So you mentioned about some things that are working for you, things that you're building in your mindset, and keep those questions coming. Anthony, for you, a lot of people got those stimulus checks yesterday.
Woo!
Keep getting those checks. I mean, what's the best way to be investing that money? I know people need that for essential needs, but how do we stretch that out? How do we make the most of it?
So CNBC did a report yesterday saying that people got their stimulus check. 14% of them spent money on the food, and then 16% of them spent money on their friends and family. And I was kind of bothered by that number, because I'm like, well, wait a minute. I mean, $1,200 is not a lot of money. Now, if you have $1,200 plus $500 per kids, you probably are getting a nice size check. But here's the very first thing I'm telling people when it comes to your stimulus check. If you have a job and your income is still coming in, and you're still in debt, put that money towards debt, okay? If let's say if you're out of debt and your income is still good, put it in the bank for a savings account for a rainy day. My grandmama always told me, right there in California, it rains often out there. She said, baby, it's not a matter of if it's going to rain, it's just a matter of when.
Right.
So there will be a day when you will need some reserve. So save the money. I was on Shade Room earlier today. I followed them just to keep my head up with the culture, and they posted that same report. And I seen a lot of people say, I'm going straight to Fashion Nova. I'm like, you're going straight to Fashion Nova? What are you doing? That is the dumbest thing. So I had to be quiet. And so what I'm telling people is be wise. Make sure you cover your 4 walls. I teach 4 walls. Okay. Your food, you got to eat. That's health. Your utilities, make sure you have lights on and you have heat on. Make sure you cover your shelter, which is your mortgage or your rent. Then make sure you cover your transportation, you have gas and a running car. And then the 5th one is like if you need some clothes, if you need something to keep you warm, or just if you have to have clothes. You cover those 4 things. So if you don't have a job right now and you're getting unemployment, that extra $600 and the stimulus check, cover those 4 walls, all right? Take advantage of what your landlord or your mortgage company may be doing, because $1,200, let's be real, especially in California, that's not going to get you far. All right. And for the half of the people out there, actually for probably about 3/4 of the people in Cali, that's not even going to pay your rent if you have rent. Okay. So don't worry about your rent right now because they can't evict you. All right. Eat, make sure your lights and utilities are on. But if you can take care of your mortgage and your rent, then you take care of your mortgage and the rent. Right now it's about surviving and getting through this season, but we got to make the wise decisions. But if you have a job and you're still in debt, y'all, be wise with your stimulus check. That's pretty much all I can say. I can't tell you what to do, but I would tell you this is what I would do if I was getting a stimulus check.
Man, that's excellent. I know, like Shane just dropped there about that Fashion Nova text. A lot of us got yesterday. Doesn't mean we run out and buy. It means save and stack that money. We also have somebody talking about tithe first. Okay, let's move into budgeting. Okay. Something that you are excellent in talking about. How do we budget? Many of us that might be receiving less money than they ever have before. Where do you even begin?
So budgeting, I believe in the philosophy of a zero-based budget. All right, so zero-based budget is you list your income minus your expenses and it equals 0 at the end. And so every Monday at about 11 Central as well, I partner with Every Dollar. I take over their Every Dollar Instagram, and I literally show people how to budget during these times, whether you have low income, no income, or you still have an income. So check that out, Every Dollar. But the best tool to help you right now when it comes to budgeting is Every Dollar, because they're going to show you how to budget things. Now, when you have a solid budget, take care of your 4 walls, like what I told you earlier. All right, that's your food, utilities, housing, and then transportation. Focus on those. Okay. Stop making payments on other things. So pull that out. If you got Netflix, Hulu, sorry about that. That was my my brand leader calling me. But if you have Netflix, Hulu, Spotify, and all these other kind of subscriptions out there, no, cut them. Okay, save money. With my budget, I have enough money to where I could have kept it, but I believe in practicing what I teach. So I actually went in and also turned off. I had Hulu and Netflix. I turned off Hulu. I had Spotify and Apple Music. I turned off Apple Music because Spotify is best for my system. And then I had boxes where they were sending me boxes of cologne. I love cologne, so they were sending me stuff. I cut that from my budget. And then I also had YouTube Red. I cut that from my budget. Okay. So when I just honestly sat back and cut things from my budget for these last 2 months, I saved about $120. So what I did for me is I took that 120, I went to the Waffle House and I tipped one person $120 just because I wanted to be a blessing to them. So when it comes to budgeting, you got to have a zero-based budget. List whatever income you have coming in. Okay. List all of your expenses, and then it should equal 0 at the bottom. If you only have $1,200, focus on the 4 walls. Sally Mae, she can wait to get her money. BB&T, they can wait to get their money. Okay. Right now, focus on surviving. Then when we get back in there, then let's get back in there and address our budget with our real income.
Man, Anthony, excellent. We got some people underneath here asking a lot about investing. We got some people saying, hey, do we invest during this time? Someone saying, don't invest during this time. What are your thoughts?
Right now, I mean, if your income is stable, you're out of debt, and you have a fully funded emergency fund, now is a good time to invest. I'm going to be real with you. Because what you're doing is you're buying stocks at a cheaper price. You're buying them on sale. I do not believe in single stocks. I'm not a fan of Forex because, and here's why. It's not that they're illegal or something like that, but nearly 78% of the people who invest into single stocks lose their money. So this means only about 22% of individuals will actually succeed. I want to help people get money and keep money. So anytime you're investing, you will see a wave. But I do not want you to invest and you go way down, okay, and you stay down there. And so what I invest is a growth stock mutual fund or your 401k. If you still got a job, still be investing into the 401k. If you have a Roth IRA, which is investing into a growth stock mutual fund, still be doing that.
Okay.
That's what I would do, but not single stocks, not right now. No. I would talk to a financial advisor, get some wisdom, get some guidance, and get some professional help, and they'll tell you the best way to invest. That's
great. A lot of people, a lot of entrepreneurs, have felt stifled. This is 2020. We know the memes we saw online. This was their year. So as an entrepreneur, as a student who may feel stifled in some capacity, what advice would you have for them? What are they supposed to be doing during this season to not just be stopped and halted at the door?
I mean, I acknowledge and feel you. I mean, I'm an entrepreneur myself. I make a lot of my money off of on the road, selling books. I get it, but at the same time, what makes an entrepreneur is how we bounce back and how we handle what comes our way. One of the biggest things my dad taught me was how to adapt, adjust, and overcome. Okay. You have to learn how to adapt to the situation, adjust to what the situation brings to you, and overcome any obstacles that situation may bring to you. And so true entrepreneurs right now, we're upset, but at the same time, we're looking at this like, all right, this is a great opportunity to where I can sit here, I can adjust. All right, I got to work from home. I got to be quarantined. Okay, cool. I'm going to adapt. I'm going to start reading some books. I'm going to start getting comfortable with what's going on. Then I'm going to overcome. Well, I'm not making as much money today, but what can I flip to where I can start making some money from home? And then what ideas can I birth during this season, so that way when we get out of this season, I can manifest them. I can turn these into $1 million idea, into something huge. So what I'm saying is I get it. I mean, I totally get it. But right now is the best time to dream. Okay. It's the best time to have a vision. And it's the best time to go after it. Like, write the plan, make it plain, do the research, and be ready. Because when this thing turns over, I don't think Facebook's going to be on top anymore. I don't think a lot of companies are going to be closing because of people being lazy. I think we're going to see some young people come up and they're going to be like, yo, I'm ready. And that's what I'm excited about.
Man, for those young people that are tuning in right now, I mean, what would you say to your 20-year-old, your 14-year-old self right now? A lot of kids are at home. Our kids are so creative. Every time I see them with a TikTok video, I'm blown away by just their creativity, things that we were not doing. So a message to the young people that are tuning in right now.
Young people, man, you got time on your hands, man. Anything that you come up with today, anything that you put in your mind and you speak out of your mouth, man, you're ahead of the game. If I can go back to my 15-year-old self, or better yet, let's put it like this. You have a lot of seniors right now who are about to graduate, and they're going to miss out on graduation, unfortunately, this year. And they're about to go to college, hopefully, in the fall. Man, listen, now is the time you can start a home-based business. Now is the time that you can go get a book and learn how to turn something you're passionate in into making $1,000, $2,000 a year. Now is the time that when all the other kids are at home being lazy, jumping on TikTok, jumping on Netflix, jumping on Nintendo 64, jumping on PlayStation. I'm not saying don't jump on that stuff. Be young, have fun. But yo, what are you jumping on that can actually get you ahead of your peers? You 21 years old, man, you got time. Like, you have time. Well, how can you, if you're 21, you shouldn't have that much debt. Hopefully you don't have that much debt. You should be getting out of debt. I posted a video earlier on my page talking about how the ladies are saying they don't want to date men in this generation because they're broke. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, if you're 21, bro, if you're a brother, you 21 years old right now, man, you got a chance to take all the ladies, bro. You know what I'm saying? Get your money right, get your mindset right, and man, they'll be coming towards you. So to me, I think the biggest thing I tell young people right now is do not have the mindset I'm young and I'll be all right. No, be like, yo, I'm young. How can I take advantage of this season? Right. What can I do to put me ahead of my peers? What can I do to go ahead and start getting this money and securing the bag? What can I do to start a business? What can I do to get ahead? What can I do to get ahead of my mom and dad? Like, what can I do? That's the mindset that I'll be having right now.
Man, that's a great mindset. We talked about businesses. Man, I mean, you made a big prediction there. We talked about Facebook not being one of those businesses that you feel are going to be on top. Yeah. So who do you think is going to be on top when it comes to businesses?
You know, that's a good question, man. The businesses that I think that will be on the top in the next 2 to 3 years, I don't think they're born yet. I really don't. I think it's an idea. You know what I'm saying? I think Facebook and Instagram has it right now. TikTok is on the rise, but TikTok is coming out of China, as we know. So it's like, I mean, there's a lot of different things that I believe the ideas that will come up from young people, not from young people, from anyone during this season, and they're going to come out running. You know, back when I was growing up, I don't know how old you are, but I mean, my younger days, it was MySpace, and out of nowhere, Facebook has completely killed MySpace. So, you don't have it?
No, I had MySpace.
Okay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, MySpace was jumping. So I'm thinking like we'll have another situation like something take over Facebook, something take over Instagram. I think TikTok is going to be definitely one of the top apps if Facebook doesn't buy them out. But it's not even just about social networking. I just think there's going to be so many different ideas that just come up. We're going to be like, yo, how did they think of that? When did they think of that? And that's one thing I'm even challenging myself and my team to do right now. Okay. Let's get out of the norm. What can we do? What can we build?
Right. What can we build? I've been looking at the questions that you guys have been sending, a lot of great ones. I wrote this down. Should we invest in small cap mutual funds?
Small cap mutual funds. I'm fine with that. Any kind of mutual funds, I'm cool with, because mutual just simply means you're investing into a lot of different companies, not just one. So mutual funds, I'm cool with it. I always say that when you're going to invest, sit down with a financial advisor so they can explain to you exactly what you're investing in. They can look up the companies. They can look up the health of the companies. They can see how long the company's been around. How have they done? That's the thing that I would recommend to anybody investing. I have a financial advisor and I teach money.
Oh, wow. Okay.
This person is actually in money every single minute. He's following the stocks. I don't follow the stocks every hour on the hour. That's what he does. Okay. So I have a financial advisor to help me with my investing portfolio.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Okay. So I got this question, took this from my friend Megan, who wrote me. This is something that she wanted to know from you. Mm-hmm. That in a recent post, you said, normal people have great ideas and wealthy people have great execution. So she wants to know, what do you mean by that? And two, what steps can normal people take to execute great ideas as well?
So what I mean by that thing is normal people you ever met someone, man, they had all the potential, they had all the right things they said, but they couldn't follow through with it. So simply saying wealthy people have a wealthy mindset, and it starts with their mindset. Okay, so if they have this idea, they figure out how to manifest this idea. They figure out, okay, cool, I've written down what I want to accomplish. Now let's go do the work to make it happen. My mentor, Dave Ramsey, started about 30 years ago, went bankrupt, was nearly millions of dollars in debt, owed a lot of different people. And today he's a multi-millionaire. Net worth is insane of how much he's worth, has 1,000 employees. He had an idea to help people get out of debt, build wealth. And 25 years later, because he executed his dream and his vision, not only is he a multimillionaire, but he has helped make other millionaires, and now he employs 1,000 families. And by the end of hopefully this year, if everything turns back well, we'll have another 500 families that he's employing. And so one thing I've learned from, I had the opportunity to sit down with one of my mentors a while ago, about a few months ago, Mark Cuban, and he said that the difference between a millionaire, billionaire compared to a six-figure person or a normal person is not that we're smarter or better. It's just know that we're willing to do the things that a normal person is not willing to do. We're willing to sacrifice. We're willing to think differently. We're willing to put in the longer hours. We're willing to look stupid. When the average person doesn't want to look stupid. You want to look rich and not be rich. We'll look stupid and be rich. And so when I made that post, it was all about, yo, there's nothing wrong with being normal. If you're fine with being normal, that's cool. I'm extraordinary. I want to be wealthy. I want to be different. I want to pass down wealth to my kids. I want to pass down normal to my kids. So one of the first things you can do is read, man. There are some gems in books that I think one of the main reasons why a lot of people are not successful is because we know everything that's going on Instagram. We follow Shade Room. We know all the hip hop series. We know all the those lifestyle TV shows, but we know nothing about wisdom and knowledge. We know nothing how to budget our checking accounts. We know nothing on how to start a business. And so, and I'm guilty of watching TV. I ain't gonna act like I'm not. And I told myself this year that I'm going to read 2 books a month. And I do that. So I read at least an hour a day before I could watch any TV. And I started that in January. This last 3 weeks, I've already read 2.5 books because I really wanted to make sure that I'm already going for it. So if you really want to expand your horizon, number 1 is read. Number 2, watch your community around you. If your closest community are not thinking beyond normal, then you're not going to think beyond your normal. So make sure you have a community and make sure you have determination to go after your goals.
Excellent, Anthony. I know I told you I would let you go at about 25 here. We got a couple of minutes. People are asking about those books. We know you got your 2 books that people could go out and read: Destroy Your Student Loan Debt and Debt-Free Degree.
Yes. So my book is Destroy Your Student Loan Debt. It's a quick read. You guys go to my bio. Check it out. It's $10, and it's literally just talking about how you can take advantage of this time and how you can get out of debt with your student loan debt quickly. I answer all the questions around student loans, refi questions, student loan forgiveness questions. How do I tap my debt quicker? How much should I add to it? I address everything in it. And then if you have a young person if you have a little kid, 5, 6, middle school, high schooler, and you want them to go to college debt free, get my book, Debt-Free Degree. And then I seen someone ask me, what books do I recommend when it comes to financial literacy? I'm recommending right now The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. And then another one is Love Your Life, Not Theirs by Rachel Cruz. I love that book because she talks about comparison and how we see things on social media and we try to keep up with the Joneses. And she gives some practical steps on how we can enjoy our life, but it's our life, not what we see on TV. One of the probably most realist books that I've had the opportunity to read. And then the third one would be Everyday Millionaire by Chris Hogan. And this book best blessed me because he interviewed 10,500 millionaires. Their net worth are $1 million. But check this out. The average person made $90,000 a year. So they didn't make $1 million a year. They made $90,000 and built a net worth of $1 million. And so that book changed my mind. And I'll give you a secret. One thing that he found out, a couple things that he found out. 1, they were all debt free. 2, they all budgeted. 3, they all had a paid off mortgage before they retired.
Love it. I just literally noted all of these things. Those books are some that you guys must pick up and read, especially supporting Anthony here. And we appreciate you so much. How can people follow you, stay in touch with you? How can they reach out to you?
Man, they can go to my IG at Anthony O'Neal. Click up top there. Follow me there. You can click the link in my bio. You can have access to my website, all of my books, my YouTube channel. And I'm just excited for everything that God is doing during this season. So again, thank you, yo, for having me on. I love what you're doing, man. This is pretty dope.
And the same, and just connecting with people. I was saying there are a few things that I think are never going to go back to being normal. And one is the way that we communicate. I mean, I am a broadcast journalist out here in California, but look at this. We're able to talk and get the information directly to the people who need it, and they can ask the questions. And that's where we have the platforms. Let's use them. Let's help. Let's educate people. So this talk is going to be saved, and I'll make sure I give you a link as soon as I get that video up.
Okay.
And folks that are watching to be able to follow this if they missed anything.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate you.
Awesome. All right. Have a great rest of your day, okay?
All right now.
Bye, everyone. Take care.